and welcome to week 4 of our van life adventures as we road trip across Europe. Today is our final day in the Netherlands, and quite fitting really, we are going to the 3-country point, which is where the borders for Netherlands, Belgium and Germany all meet, and then after that we're off into Germany for the next few weeks. So we went to the 3-country border, and it is pretty much how it looks on Google Images. It is just like a stone that says, you're at the 3, you stood at the 3 borders. Obviously very busy with everyone wanting pictures with the little stone trig point. And we went up a tower for €4 each, which did have some nice views. It was a bit, what's the word? It's like vertigo-ish, because it was like there's this bridge, don't want to call it a bridge at the top, just like a platform at the top where you could just see all the way down. Lucy was not bothered whatsoever, and now Hayden has brought us to a military training area, which is also a good civilian walk-in thing, and there's meant to be some tanks and stuff, so getting Lucy's steps in. And we are liking Germany so far, simply for the fact that the Aldi was so much cheaper than Netherlands, so it's good going. And we have a tank, and here's the second tank of our walk. So when we actually got up to this one, there were some people in animal suits climbing all over it, taking pictures. So naturally, we decided to get some pictures on it too, because we've walked all this way. I'm red hot, I'm sweaty. Feels so I've earned the right to climb in a tank. But yeah, it's a shame too, there's beer bottles and stuff left inside the tank, but what do you expect? It's not in a museum or anything. But yeah, it's pretty cool being able to come over here and see all this different kind of stuff. So what a start to week 4. We were parked up on our parkplatz for the night, and the lights kept flickering, and the fridge cut out at one point. Definitely one point down the line the power went out completely, so it was a bit of a tense hour, I'm going to say, while Hayden kind of went under the bed and tried to do diagnostics on what the problem was. So looking if we had if there's loose connections with any wires, if any parts had corroded or come loose or anything like that. Thankfully, I don't know if I want to say thankfully, the problem was the earth that had been put in against the chassis of the vehicle, against the bare metal. It was a bit loose and it kept coming off, and it was basically sparking. And if you don't know, I didn't know, if you don't know why that's bad, basically if it gets too bad, you can basically burn your entire van down. You gotta imagine you got something sparking. If it gets on something flammable, it can blow you up in flames. So thankfully, we caught that, and obviously made sure all the connections were good. We've got a new earth in now, and so far, I'm saying this as we're about going to week 7, so 3 weeks on, no issues. We can't see anything, no issues with it, no sparking, no nothing. So yeah, problem resolved. But yeah, bit of a stressful time trying to work out what was going wrong with it and why. So it's Sunday. I'm not sure what day we're actually on, as in what number day of our trip it is. But today we went to Terra Nova, which is this big mining quarry, and had these giant earth movers. Hayden was very happy to see, weren't you?
You don't see him every day.
Yeah, as is, you don't see him every day, so it was pretty cool, just the scale of the industry. And then we went down this like really pretty residential street, which had all these cherry blossom trees lining the side, and I did a terrible photo session of the van. Proves why Hayden is the photographer of this partnership, of this marriage. And then from there we went to Linz on Rhine, which is just this cute little town on the Rhine. And I had what's called a choco bomb, which was almost like this kind of cookie thing with like a load of melted chocolate in the middle, and it was very good. It was filth. And now we are here for the night, and this is actually a farm that we're staying at for free because we bought something called a Landvergnügen membership. It basically gives you access to all these like farm stays, vineyard stays across Germany, Austria and Switzerland for this one. We also have Agricamper for Italy and France Passion for, as you might have guessed, France. So yeah, it is really, really stunning. It's so cool. They have a farm shop, which I will be checking out when it's open tomorrow morning. But yeah, I mean, look at that. How's that for a view? So yeah, and I think that's pretty much going to be the end of our day today. Right, so in the farm shop, we got some basil cheese, some bratwurst sausages, some curry sauce, gnocchi, and then a brewed on site beer, which, yeah, no idea if we're gonna like that, but it's worth a shot. So yeah, we definitely recommend. It's a really nice experience, and obviously being able to support local farms and such is, you know, a nice thing to do. So today we're at Eltz Castle, just spent €8 on parking, and it turns out it's an extra 14 each if we even want to go into the castle grounds, which in fairness does include a guided tour, but I don't really want to spend €36 just to look around a castle. So yeah, we're just walking around the outside of it. There's an observation deck in the area, so we're going to walk up to that. And yeah, you know, gets us out of the van, gets Lucy walking, gets us exercising. So all in all, not too bad for €8. So at another Landvergnügen site, second night in a row. We will be getting a neighbour shortly, hence why I'm taking this opportunity to quickly video. But it's like, you know, again, like the farm, it's really cute. There's a little guest book you can sign, and then they have these self-serve fridges. So they've got like some sausages and stuff in there, some soups, and then my favourite fridge, which is like your self-service wine refrigerator. So I've already bought a bottle of the Secco Rosé. I will say it is like, oh, there's Hayden hiding. Okay. It's very trusting of them, but I do like it. I like, you know, Landvergnügen so far has proved me quite fruitful. So here I am with my bottle of Secco Rosé, ready to get absolutely lit. So we're on our third Landvergnügen stop in a row. We're on our second vineyard in a row. I've already drank a bottle of Secco Blanc. Just see Lucy in the van there. And I will say we are enjoying this app, even if I do have to muddle through some German. But I mean, look at that. Look how stunning that is. I will say we did get caught by the rain today, quite badly. We did go to Eguisheim am Rhine. It's a lovely little town. We went there from Bingen on like a river cruise. Very nice, and we took a cable car up to the top of Eguisheim. It was a really nice day actually, and we've just been chilling out of the vineyard since. It's really pretty, and if the weather holds out, because we did get caught in the rain today and I'm missing a shower, then we are going to walk all the way up to the top and see what the view's like there. But, you know, like I say, this Landvergnügen business is, you know, it's really nice. It's really nice just being able to get off the beaten track. But tomorrow night, and so for 2 nights, we are on a campsite in Strasbourg, which I'm looking forward to because it is a beautiful city. And also we are looking forward to it because we do need to empty out the grey water, black water, stock up on fresh water. But yeah, it's not been a bad week really, just off-gridding it, to be honest. So we left our second vineyard this morning, went straight to an Aldi because I needed to stock up on food, and then we made our way to Fort de Schonenburg, which is one I Hayden picked out because, as you might have guessed, World War II, which is one of his big interests. Really interesting place to go to, recommend it. It was only €10 each. Lucy wasn't allowed in though, so she got to rest up and stay in the van with food and water and the fan on for her and everything. And then we made the hellish drive the rest of the way into France to Strasbourg, where we're now on a campsite for 2 nights. We hadn't had showers since Sunday morning, and we're on Wednesday evening now, so had my shower. I'm feeling so much more human. Yeah, just looking forward to having a bit of a rest. I mean, we will be walking in Strasbourg tomorrow, but at least it means that we don't have to get up and pack up the van and drive somewhere again, which is always good. So today has been a lazy day. It's been raining and we've just done a run to the bins and I'm piss wet through. Show you Lucy in her cute little rain jacket, which obviously doesn't cover her head. But yeah, quite a lazy day. So the plan is to go into Strasbourg early on tomorrow morning before I have to check out the campsite at 12. But yeah, soggy day. So we didn't actually make it to Strasbourg this morning. My alarm went off and I just did not want to get out of bed. I had a terrible night's sleep. It's just the way it is with van life sometimes. You can always go back another day. So we just continued on with our plans, checked out the campsite and went now in Eguisheim, which is just south of Colmar, like a lovely little town. So we've had a walk around there. I had this, it was like a cross between a pretzel and a donut, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was pretty tasty. Just covered in like powdered sugar, so I've got like sugar all over my jacket now, which I need to clean off. And we're now using Franz Passion, which works similar to Landvergnügen, which I've mentioned before, which covers Germany, Austria and Switzerland. So Franz Passion obviously covers France, and tonight we are at a winery because those are apparently our favourite stops. And we did speak to one of the guys here when we got in, because I can speak more French than I can speak German, thankfully. And he did say that they're opening up at 5, so we can go in and do a tasting and buy lots of wine. So very excited about that. So we had our wine tasting at the Franz Passion Vineyard in Eguisheim. I think I'm saying it right, but right now I don't really care if I don't. We did receive a fair ribbon from one of the owners about my limited French. A lot of comments about how, oh, well, if I came to England, no one would speak French. It's like, well, it's not my fault, blame the English education system. Didn't say that, though, because I'm not a petty bitch. Language. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have minded. I can take a ribbon. I love it when people correct my pronunciation on things as well. Do not mind. I want to learn French. I want to learn all the languages. Just unfortunately, my brain does not want to absorb them. What I can't stand is hearing us being ribbed to other people in French and German, because I know enough to be able to comprehend what's being said. Especially when, they're saying, oh, no, if we hear the English on the telephone, we just hang up. It's like, yeah, but your little piece in the France Passion handbook says that you speak English, so of course people are going to try you. So yeah, a wee bit of annoyance. So it's my tiny rant if you've missed that kind of thing from week 1. But yeah, I mean, obviously on summer in France, we should be speaking French, and I do try. You know, I am je voudrais in all of it. Yeah, a little bit disappointing, really. You know, I want to immerse myself in the culture, and I did pick up a bit of French, you know, listening to them speaking French in there. But yeah, you know, like I say, it's just, I can take a bit of ribbon. It's just when you hear them constantly going on and on about it to other patrons, it does knock my confidence a bit, because I'm like, oh, well, you know, what's the point of trying, really, if people are just going to have that attitude towards me? But to be fair, the wine was, you know, it was nice. We did have a few different ones. We had a Pinot Blanc, we had a Riesling, we had a Pinot Gris. I did walk out with this, and I am going to butcher the pronunciation. Gewürztraminer. Because I'm not petty, and I think it's polite to buy something to show that you appreciate the host's hospitality, even if you do feel a tinge offended by the fact that they kept going on about your lack of French. Say what you will about me, but I am trying. Going into the start of week 5 tomorrow, so this is actually the end of week 4. And this time back in 2021, we had given up completely. We're like, no, we're done. We want to go back home. So we are doing a lot better. We are taking things very chill. It is going really well. So it's Easter weekend, so it probably will be busy. But I guess you'll find out about that in week 5's vlog. So bye for now. The next clip will be of me talking about how much money we have spent in week 4. Right, you lovely lot, it's expenses time. So what did we spend in week 4? So food shopping was €215.42. We spent €53.64 on campsites, €3, I know, splashing out, on eating out, €27 on laundry, $165.24 on fuel, $63.80 on things to do, and then $32.37 on like van/mechanical stuff, so like blue chemical for the toilet, really. Which brings us out to the grand total of €528.10. So yeah, getting there slowly. But yeah, that's it for this week. So once again, thanks so much for following along. It absolutely means the world to me. But yeah, hopefully see you next week, where I can promise you there are far more van problems that happen. So do subscribe if you want to, you know, either laugh at us or have a bit of a cry with us. Bye for now.